Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are going to talk about something that is absolutely essential if you're making videos, making sure your story gets through to every single person. We're going to break down one of the most important rules for video accessibility so you can be sure your message truly lands. So, just for a second, think about the last video you made. How much of the story, the context, the really important info, was shown and not told? A character's facial expression, a key number on a chart, a sudden change of scenery. What happens if someone can't see any of that? You got it. For someone who is blind or has a visual impairment, your video can feel like watching a silent movie where the picture is just gone. They can hear the dialogue, sure, but the actions, the setting, the humor, that's all visual, all of that rich storytelling is just completely missed. Thankfully, we are not just left guessing on how to fix this. There's actually a clear, internationally recognized standard that gives us a roadmap. It's all part of the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, which you've probably heard of as WCAG. The specific rule we're zeroing in on today is Success Criterion 1.2.3. And yeah, I know the name sounds super technical, but the idea behind it is incredibly simple and honestly really human. Let's dig into what it's actually asking for. At the end of the day, the goal is just to bridge that information gap. It's about making sure all those rich visual details in your video are available to people who can't see them. And the standard gives us two really clear paths to make that happen. Okay, so our first option is probably the one you've heard of before. It's called audio description, and it's a really elegant solution that works right inside the video experience itself. So what is it? Well, think of it like a narrator who chimes in to describe what's happening on screen. But this isn't just random narration. It's very specifically designed to voice the visual stuff that the main dialogue and sounds don't already cover. And, the way it works is actually pretty cool. A skilled audio describer finds the natural pauses in the video's dialogue and fits these descriptions right in. They'll describe a character walking into the room, a critical chart being shown on screen, or text that pops up, all without talking over the original audio. Let's look at a real-world example to make this concrete. Imagine a science video. The teacher is talking, but then she does something that's purely visual. In a pause, the audio description track would say something like this. The teacher holds two of the sticks to her mouth, making the shape of a beak. And boom, just like that, a non-visual user understands the demonstration perfectly. It's simple, but so powerful. Okay, but what if your video is really fast-paced, packed with information, and there are barely any pauses in the dialogue? Well, for that, we have a second option. It's called a media alternative, and it takes a much more comprehensive text-based approach. A media alternative is basically the book version of your video. It's a separate text document that describes everything, and I mean everything that happens. The official guidance actually compares it to a screenplay, which is the perfect way to think about it. It literally tells the entire story in words. And thorough is definitely the key word here. This sync goes way beyond a simple transcript of what's said. It includes descriptions of all the visuals, the actions people take, their expressions, and even really important non-speech sounds, like a door slamming or a crowd laughing. It's the full, rich experience of your video, just in text. So there you have it, two great options. But how do you pick the right one for your project? Well, the decision really boils down to how they approach the problem. Let's put them side by side. Audio description is woven right into the video's audio track, giving you key context during those natural pauses. A media alternative, on the other hand, is a whole separate document that captures every single detail. So one enhances the audio experience, while the other creates a complete parallel text experience. Now, the great news here is that for the first and most essential level of accessibility conformance, level A, you have a choice. You can meet this standard by providing either a solid audio description or a thorough media alternative. You don't have to do both to get started. So why should you care about any of this? It's really simple. You're unlocking your content for millions of people who are blind or visually impaired. But the benefits don't stop there. This also helps people who might have difficulty processing moving images. At the end of the day, it just ensures that your message, your story, your hard work can be understood and appreciated by so many more people. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about for your own work. Take a look at your content through this lens. Are the visuals essential to understanding the story? And if they are you providing a way for everyone to get that information? Is your video truly telling the whole story to everyone? It's something worth thinking about. Thanks for tuning in.